What is up, guys? Welcome back to the $1,000,000 challenge. Today we're sitting on day 296 of the challenge, where the balance is sitting at $2,053. A little bit of a drop since last episode. We had $40 down since the last episode ended. Basically, let's take a look at what happened here. Bitcoin went down a little bit. We can see that dropped about $17, and then we got DraftKings and FanDuel. Those dropped a decent amount as well. I also added a new column here. So this is the day change. This is what the delta. It's a Greek symbol for change, right? So basically the way this column works, it's just kind of another tracking. I know this is getting kind of crazy with all the columns I have here. I know it's a lot, especially if you're new here, you're not familiar with this challenge or these videos. But this basically just tracks the current day. After I update the end balance, it'll calculate how much the percentage changed from the previous day. So basically that means on day 295 from day 294, it's using these two columns here. So from the end of day 294 to the end of day 295, it was up 2.25%. So we did, on a day-to-day increase, it went up 2.25%. So obviously our goal every day is to get 1% profit goal. I'm just kind of adding this column here to keep track of things. This is kind of going into the future, some different ways it might play the challenge. So I'm not locking in on anything yet, but this is just an idea. I'm trying to bounce some ideas around before I'll probably make a big video about it. Honestly, I'll probably just dedicate an entire video to me talking about ideas and changes I'm going to implement going forward. I know I've talked about this a lot previously, but I probably would just have a sit down, very long video about all the different things I'm talking about, why I'm going to be doing things, and my whole thought process. But just for now, this is just kind of an idea I'm thinking of maybe using in the future. But for example, just kind of why I'm adding this here. If we went up like 2% on the day, the goal is to get 1% profit every day. So realistically, like, should I even gamble if we already went up 2% on the day? Is it even worth risking the bankroll to go up another 1% on gambling? You know, that's kind of my idea behind that. Again, that's not doing anything at this moment. We're just kind of tracking that for now. But on day 296, the 1% profit goal is going to be, I'm going to do half of these again. So we've been doing 0.5% profit goal and 2% stop loss. I'm cutting everything in half just to keep things a little bit safer for the time being. But right now we're going to be going for $10 and about 27 cents profit. Our stop loss would be about $41. All right, so hopping into the website, I'm gonna kind of do what I did last episode, something a little bit similar. Just kind of bounce around different games, kind of freestyle it. I'm gonna kind of break the profit goal, $10.27. I'm gonna break it down to like little chunks. But on this first strategy, I'm actually going to repeat what I did in the last episode. I did an all-in bet on Crash, and we did this like maybe 8 bets. What I'm gonna do today, ideally, if we just going for 1.03x. That's all we're going for. Nothing super crazy. Can definitely crash beforehand. Luckily, it cashes out there. I'm gonna do this, I think, twice. Okay, we're gonna do a max bet on Crash twice. I'm gonna bounce to slide and then like limbo. So instead of just doing Crash for like 8 bets on an all-in bet, we're gonna bounce around a little bit. Okay, so we got 2 wins there. We got $2.50 profit. I'm gonna bounce to another game. We're just trying to repeat this process, change up the game, get a little bit of variability in there, and see if we can make some profit doing that for the entire day. Okay, so now we're doing an all-in bet on slide. We got a 1.03x multiplier. We're gonna go for 2 bets on this too with the all-in bet on our balance. We just missed a 0x. I don't know if you guys can see that. I think my face cam is blocking it, but we just missed a 0x. So I'm hoping, you know, I know each bet is independent of previous bets, but you know. Okay, so there's a win right there. We'd go all in again. And it's being kind of weird. It won't let me actually place like an all-in bet, so I gotta get like a cent below it. I think that worked. Yeah, okay, should be good. So yeah, I'm gonna run this for the first day. I know it's risky to do an all-in bet, but the idea is just to go for like 1.03x. It's pretty safe, pretty low. You know, nothing's guaranteed, but this one's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Okay, so there's another 1.03x. I think we're gonna try limbo and maybe dice, and then we should be good. We're gonna do the same strategy, just change up the game a little bit. So let's hop into a different game. Okay, so we're on limbo now, and all in bet on a 1.03x would be it's a 96% win chance. Now the thing is with limbo, I don't know if I want to reset the seed. I might just leave it, honestly. I think we're just gonna leave the seed. The thing is with limbo, I feel like the 1.01x is like pretty common. I don't know the actual like math win chances, but like between crash and limbo, but I feel like limbo hits a 1.0 like a 1.00 a lot. So I try to get 2 on these. Okay, that's an easy one right there. Let's try to get 1 more. We gotta go all in again. It won't let me do a full bet, so we're gonna bring this down a penny. See if we can hit this again. Okay, nice. So we're really close. I think I'm gonna finish this off on dice, and we'll try to wrap it up there. Okay, so now we're on dice. We just need 1 bet, and we should be good. As long as we can roll over a 3.88, should be good. If we lose this, we're gonna bust 50 bucks, but I think we have a really good chance. 96% win chance. See if we can hit this. Okay, we're good. There's $10.94, a little bit above profit goal, about an extra 70 cents. We're gonna take the extra 70 cents, add that to the sheet, and move on to the next day. Okay, so day 296 was a win. We got $10.94. So you can see this says we went down. This is the new column I was talking about, just to give you guys a little bit of a reference point. It went down 1.35% from the previous day, right? Because we had a lot of sports betting losses and Bitcoin dropped a little bit. So we actually, even though we profited on the website 0.5%, we actually went down total 1.35%. So it's kind of what this is tracking, just the entire bankroll, the day-to-day change. Now, for example, if I didn't gamble today and I didn't risk the balance, so if I pulled this over to here, right? So say I just skipped the day in gambling and we didn't risk any of the bankroll, you know, we didn't go up or down, the daily profit, I mean, it's the same 31 cents just because there's decimals in here. I literally track everything to the penny. So it's technically saying I got 31 cents. But realistically, this is saying now that 3% is the gain from the previous day. So the day we just did, the balance was at 2,064. And then the next day we got obviously a pretty big jump from there, about 60 bucks. Now to walk you through that real quick, Bitcoin went up about $14. On Flip, I went up $3. Bet Online went up $1. Poker Stars went up $4. DraftKings went up, what is that, $18. FanDuel went up $21. And then the website balance is what we just did. So that tracks that, what it should be today. So we got a lot of sports betting profit. So that's why it went up from, you know, the day 296 to day 297. So that increase would be a 3% gain just from sports betting. So my idea with this new column over here, the percent day change, we went up 3% from sports betting. So like I technically don't really need to gamble. The goal is to get 1% profit every single day, not necessarily 1% profit gambling every single day, right? It's kind of the idea. So, I mean, for the sake of the video, I think we're just gonna run with that. You know, that's kind of the idea. I'm not like gonna do that every single day from now on, but that's the idea, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna run with that. So the way this works is I just pull this down here. This will update, and now it's a $0. So that works out. The way the sheet works, it just, I don't know how to explain it perfectly, but this column takes into account the next day's balance and everything, and like what the actual gain is. It all makes sense. So like now it's saying I actually have a $0 daily profit and loss on gambling. We know 3%. So technically, like I'm going 1% every single day. We know 3% on day 297 from like the outside apps and sports betting. So like I don't need to gamble. Like it's less risk to take. That's the idea. I don't know if I'm gonna do that like every single day going forward, but when I rework my whole strategy of the challenge, I might consider that into it. So just doing that, like I said, we're gonna skip that day 297 and we're gonna roll with the following day here. Just to prevent any losses. Like we already got our 3% profit. why risk more? That's kind of the idea, right? I hope that makes sense. I know I'm not explaining that like super in depth, but the general principle hopefully is coming through to you guys. Again, this is just saying like negative 100% because this isn't updated yet. There's nothing here, so it's saying there's 100% loss. So like this technically for the day currently being played isn't accurate. It has to be entered. So we'll just move on to day 298. So the balance is sitting at $2,130, and pretty much, I guess we'll go through it too. I guess it's kind of important to go through this. I know it's not super interesting, but why the balance went up $3? Bitcoin went down $10. Bet Online went up $1 here. Poker Stars went up $3 from some bonuses. DraftKings, we got $6 in sports betting. FanDuel, $4 in sports betting, and that's pretty much it. So a little bit of movement there. Bitcoin went down, got some little bit of sports betting profits, sitting at $2,130, and our 1% profit goal will be $21.30, and our stop loss is $85. And again, we're cutting that in half. So really, we're going for about $10.65, and our stop loss will be about like $42. So hop in the website, try to get 0.5% of profit. All right, so I don't know if you guys can hear any other noises. Hopefully my microphone is not picking that stuff up, but my neighbors are yelling, and my neighbors on this side, I live in an apartment building. Neighbors on this side are drilling holes in the wall or something, so there might be some extra noise going on. I apologize. But the goal for today, like I said, we're going for $10.65, and I'm gonna do what we did in the last episode and just kind of break it up into like little chunks. We're going for $250 on some different games. Just go for like little goals along the way. Try to lock in some profit. So I guess I'll kind of talk while I'm running these about that profit change column that's new. Like I said, I'm gonna implement some new ideas. By the way, I'm going for 3 clicks on 3 mines here. I know I keep talking about this. I'm gonna do it very soon. I promise you guys. But I want to have a better set game plan on the challenge. And the idea is to just take on some less risk going forward, because I've been playing pretty risky. You know, we've been playing pretty flat recently overall on the entire bankroll. So I'm trying to find ways, and I will do this very soon. I'm gonna try to find ways of locking in some profit and just trying to mitigate any risk. And like I said, we went up 3% in sports betting previous day. It's like, why take that risk? We already took the risk on the betting apps. I could have lost a bunch of money those days. We won a bunch of money. So the idea is just to lock in profits and try to play a little bit safer among all the avenues of revenue we have going on. I'm gonna look into getting more revenue too from other streams potentially. So just some ideas to come. We've got $2.70 here. We're going for $2.50. I'm going to hop in a different game, go for another $2.50. All right, so now we're gonna play some blackjack. Since we already got, I guess we'll just go for 2 hands. We'll go for 2 hands. So we're going for $2.50. We'll go for 2 wins at $1.25. Just gonna flat bet this. We're gonna try to hopefully not take this too far, because blackjack can get messy. We've been there before. I've been on streaks where I lose like 10, 15, 20 hands. So see what we can do. I'm playing with I got the chart pulled up here on my left so I can look and see what we need to do. So we're now already down 2 wins. So we need to get 4 wins now. I thought that was a blackjack. I think that's just a stand, right? Against the 5, ace 9. Yeah, okay. Just making sure it's not a double or anything. All right, cool. So yeah, we lost 2 hands already. That's a tough start. Doesn't have it. Gotta hit that though. We bust. Okay. Gotta hit that. Yeah, this is when blackjack's just not fun. Let's change this over so we can see what we need to do here. Okay, 17 against 2. We got a 10, 15, 25. Okay, so this is just on blackjack. We're going for $2.50 profit on blackjack. Oh, that's dirty, dude. The 21 against the 20. I hit that. Gotta hit that again. That's unfortunate. Okay, we're down a lot now. We're down a lot now. Okay, there's a win there. Gotta hit that. 18, I like that. bust. Okay, no, we'll take that. We'll take that. Now we need 3 wins to hit our profit goal. 2 ace. 2 ace against a 3 is just a hit. And then we technically have like a 4 ace. Still against a 3 is still hit. Okay, just making sure. 21. Okay, so now we need 2 wins. Once you get on that losing streak, it's pretty hard to come back because you need to get a lot of consecutive wins. And the ace kills us there. Don't like this. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Okay, 11 against a 6 is double. It's risky. Gotta do it though. I'm playing by the book. Okay, luckily that worked out. It's pretty risky. I'll take it though. Yeah, we needed that double. That worked out for us. Give us a little bit of a boost here. There's a blackjack. Okay. We need that. Staying on the 17. I'll take a push. I'll take a push all day. I like that. That's dirty. That's disgusting, bro. Come on, dude. 9s. I think that's just a stand. Against a 10, yeah. Dude, come on, bro. Come on now. Okay. Yeah, man, I feel like every time I play blackjack, it's just like, it's either like a real quick in and out or it's like a battle. There's like no in between. It's not like a little battle, it's like a struggle. So we have 2 8s against a 7, which is going to be a split. And this could be pretty tough. Okay, so we got an 18, that's a stand. Can we split this again? We cannot. 16 against a 7 is a hit. I really don't like that, dude. I'm just gonna stand on it. Keep it real. That's alright. That's alright. Stand on that. Dude, the 21 pull is crazy. Craziness. Okay. We're just not getting any good hands. We got like 1 blackjack so far. And nothing that crazy on our side. I'll keep it real. We haven't got any good hits. Okay. I think we need like 5 wins from where we're at right now to hit our profit. It's a tough hit. Yep. I'm very hesitant to double this up. I know like at this point, I really should. But I feel like every time I double up, like, dude, that stuff happens. And it's just like, I don't want to double up. I don't want to double up when that's going to happen, man. This is just getting unreal, though. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is disgusting. 11 against a 7 is a double. Kind of needed that. Kind of needed that. 14 against a 3. I know I'm not talking about all these hands, but I'm playing by the book. I keep checking every single hand. And look at this ratio, dude. 1/3 of these games. Okay, so this is definitely a split. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank God. Thank God. We need a lot to come back here. There's a blackjack. Okay, let's lock in. Dude, the amount of 21s they pull out of like nothing is just wild. Okay, take that. I'm gonna stand there, take a push. Okay. Okay, nice, cool, dude. I think if we lose one more, it might double up. I hate to do this. I really hate to do this. But we are down tremendous. Go up to 250. Dude. Every time. Look at this. Another ace. Kidding me? Okay. So at this point, we still need 6 wins where we're sitting. We worked for that and it doesn't pay off. We got to push though. I'll take a push. We're gonna hit that. 21. Okay. Okay. We are working for this now. We are really working for this. It's working. It is working for the moment. We need 3 wins from where we're at. Blackjack. Okay. Let's go for one more on 250. Come on, give this to us. Come on. Okay. Massive. Massive play. Massive play. We're gonna go for 125 here. Just bring it back down. Bring it home, maybe. Just give it to us. Come on. There it is, dude. That was a struggle, bro. That was a struggle. I think we got like almost 9 wins in a row there towards the end. That was a crazy battle. Crazy battle. Okay. Let's bring this back to all. We're up $5.21 so far on the day. Let's hop into a different game and try to keep pushing and get this $10 profit goal. Okay, so now we're on the wheel. Again, last episode we did this. We got a ton of losses, then we hit like a 3x and a 4x. So it did pay off really good. But I want to play a little bit safer. We're gonna start with a 50 cent. I think we started with like 75 cents last time. There's 3x. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. We're gonna stay to 50 cent bet. Probably gonna get some losses here. Kind of expecting it. And I'll end up doubling up here eventually. Let's go for like one more. And let's double this up to $1. Okay. Yeah, there's a loss. When you get to 750, that's kind of our goal on this. Okay. Let's bring us back down to 50 cents. You're getting some wins there. And let's go back up to $1. That's tough. That's really tough. Let's go to $2. That's tough. $4. Dude, that's what happened last time. We hit the 4x. That's perfect. Okay. Stressful day, but dude, that chart's pretty good. That chart's, you know, pretty good up and downs there. I like it. Yeah, that worked out really, really good. I mean, it was a battle, but I like it. We're gonna take that. We got $11.66 profit on the day. It's kind of stressful, like I said, but ideally, again, on the previous day, I'll talk about it. Let's get back to the sheet. We got a 3% profit goal on sports betting. It's like we really saved a whole day of risking any money on the website here, which feels good. Kind of taking that. I wasn't even expecting to do that this episode, but I like it. I like it a lot. I think, you know, I'm trying to think of things along the way, boys. I'm trying to implement things. Been on a tough losing streak, but let's just enter this in the sheet and then we'll do a final analysis. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so day 298 was a win. We got our 0.5% profit goal. We got a little bit extra, $11.65. So what this kind of looks like here again, we are tracking from the previous end balance day to today. We went up, what is that? $14. Okay, we went up $14 between the days, and this is tracking right here that we went up 0.69% on the bankroll. Okay, so we got a 0.5% here, a little bit more actually than 0.5% since it was like $11. It should have been like $10, like $10.65. So we have an extra $1. That's why it's a little bit above. And then we also had $3 sports betting from the previous, you know, change there. So that's why it's saying we went up 0.7% almost on the bankroll. That's, you know, not our 1% profit goal, but I cut the 1% profit goal in half just for the near future because we're cutting our stop loss in half and our profit goal in half. So like that's just, I'm just trying to explain what this column is, right? Overall in the video though, so I can do this now. Overall in the video, we did 3 days of playthrough, so I can track the total percent of the bankroll we went up. So we went up 2.35% on these 3 days on this video. So the bankroll increased by 2.35%, and that's tracking not just the gambling, like this column here, profit, the total profit, the daily profit. That tracks purely the gambling on video I do on the website. That's it. So this percentage will calculate everything that's going on in the background, all the sports betting, the Bitcoin. So I think that's why I like this idea. That's why I implemented it. It's tracking what did the bankroll overall do, not just what our gambling, like how's the bankroll moving. So we went up a total of 2.35%. It's an average of all this. 2.35% of the bankroll on the entire video. And then on the website alone, we went up $22.59 just from 2 days of playthrough there. Pretty darn good after getting a ton of losses recently, so we'll definitely take that. And then finally, what I always like to do is just take our end balance here and subtract that from the start of the video, and we went up $88 on the entire video. So pretty massive video right there. Like I said, recently, dude, we've been struggling a lot, so it's good to see finally a nice winning video. That's a pretty big increase on the video there. And then coming down to our graph here, you can see this is starting to come back up. You know, we've been struggling, but we're starting to move up again. It's a nice little increase there. Nothing major, but you know, that's the whole point of the challenge. Just a little increase day by day. That's the idea. And I don't think this is a new peak balance, is it? Let's see. I think at one point we were already pretty high. Let me see here. 216 may have been our highest balance. I think that was our highest point. Yes. Wait. 216 here. 2,133. 2,133. I think that's our highest balance. Just from looking at this. So we are at a new peak balance. New peak balance. Okay, so yeah, we officially have. I mean, we're not locking that in yet. Obviously, in the next few episodes, it can get a decrease, go back down. But at the moment, new peak balance. So that's pretty sick, pretty sweet. We'll take that. See, I told you. You just gotta trust the process, guys. I know we've been battling in this range for a long time. I'm not saying we are gonna permanently just keep going up from here, but you know, you gotta trust the process. Sometimes you just gotta, I don't know, just gotta trust it. You know, it's worked in the past. I know I've been frustrated recently. I've been in a tough mind state with certain things, challenge, but just don't give up. You gotta trust the process, adapt it all along the way, and we'll get there. So there's like a lot of stuff that needs to be done still. You know, there's still a long way to go, but I think that's just a good testament of trying to figure out things, what's working, what's not working, adjust, do what you need to do. I don't know. It feels good though. Hopefully you guys are happy with that. Appreciate you guys supporting me and not giving up, even though we've been in this very dry streak recently, just staying flat. You guys are still locked in and sticking with it, and I appreciate your support. You guys are sick. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate your suggestions. Obviously, that's helped recently. I've been taking your thoughts and suggestions into account, but I don't want to ramble too long. You guys have stayed here enough. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment with any thoughts or suggestions. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like. There's some links in the description if you want to get some free like cryptocurrency sign-up bonuses for like crypto stuff. I don't promote gambling. I don't suggest you gamble. It's not a profitable game in the long run. You're gonna lose money over time. As you can see here, this is how much I've lost on the website alone, just gambling. So don't gamble, save your money, do something smart with it, invest it, save it, just don't gamble. And join the Discord if you're not in there already. We got some stuff coming up, but yeah, good community. Appreciate you guys as always. And that's gonna be it for this one. I will see you guys in the next episode. All right, peace.